Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Dan Slobodan from First Strike Athletics. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down a typical training session for competitive fighters. Alright, so if you ever got together with some of your friends and you want to start doing some training and you don't really have like a structure, this is the perfect video for you. You can sit down and watch it and see how I approach as a coach who's been doing this for a long time, on how to get people to kind of work things together from going from offensive to defensive and then finally get into some sparring drills and some live sparring. So what I'm going to be doing with this video is taking some of my previous videos, some of the ideas and the techniques that we've talked about in previous videos, and showing you how I implement them in a typical training session. So if you're watching around and it's a drill that we're doing and you think it's really going to help you, then there'll be a link in the description below. You can click on it and go into like a deeper dive and get more thorough explanation of it, okay? So we're going to run through some offense stuff, some defense, some countering, and some sparring drills, okay? So all these videos or all these things are things I've said, I've done them before, but I'm going to show you how I put them all together into a training session. So this video, I was actually going to try to do this right back before the pandemic hit, back in late February. I recorded this for as a request for one of my longtime subscribers, Chris Warren. Chris, this video, I know you've been asking me for this for a long time. I did make it before. I forgot to turn the autofocus on my lens, and so it was blurry and it was garbage, so I couldn't use it. I was gonna reshoot it, and then the pandemic hit like shortly after, and I couldn't get back into the gym to shoot this with any training partners. So, you know, it's been a long time coming, but I finally got it for you, buddy. All right, so enough chit chat here. Let's get into the rounds themselves. So round number one, we're starting with basic punch combinations. These are combos 1 through 4. Jab, jab cross hook, and jab cross hook cross. And the idea here is just to kind of start throwing the punches and making sure we're moving off to the side. I like to start with simple things like this so that if I can make any corrections with my my students, I don't have to get into these big, long, like examples of everything. I can kind of start with the basics, make any necessary corrections before we add on more advanced stuff. So you can kind of see as we're throwing the punches here, we're just making sure we use our footwork. We're moving in and out after and before the punches, and not just standing in one spot for too long. And then from here, we'll start adding in some more stuff after we kind of get warmed up a little bit here. So now we're going to take the same combinations and we're going to add a kick at the end. The general rule to start with is if you finish with a left punch, you go right kick, and then opposite. So you finish with a 1-2, you'll finish with a left kick. So I'm using some feints and some fakes. I'm moving around, hitting the combos, and finish with an inside leg kick at the end if I finish with my right hand, and vice versa. So it's jab, right kick, 1-2 inside kick, jab, cross hook, low kick again. And we do all 4, and then we just go in a circle, or a triangle rather. We just kind of take turns going back and forth. And then after this, we're going to do the exact same combination, but we're going to finish with a kick on the same side. It's a little bit less predictable, and it just kind of gives you some more options. Everyone's a little bit different with these things. So now you're going to see I'm going to throw a left punch and a left kick. I'm going to finish with my right punch and a right kick. Finish with my left hook. I step in, inside kick on that. I finish with my right hand and a right kick there as well. So it's good to kind of mix things up. You know, there's these like switching to the opposite side is a good rule of thumb to start with. But you got to mix things up because not everything's going to work the same for everyone, and you don't want to be predictable with your techniques. All right, this one we're going to start working some counters. So the combination's the same, but the person defending comes back with a counter low kick. So this is like a kicker versus puncher type of thing. Now I prefer coming back on the same side, so if you throw a left punch, the person comes back with a right kick and vice versa. But some people like to do it on the opposite side as well, you know, to each their own. All right, so now we're working some Teep defense. We do this for about 2 minutes. We're just working different defenses, just kind of pushing the leg off to the side. And after a couple minutes of this, we'll start adding counters. So you can see here, Casey's already starting out a bit of a counter now. And the counters can be anything. You can work on just leg kicks like Sandy's doing here. You can go punches to the head. You can go kicks to the head. You can do catches. There's a lot of variety here. I'm wanting Sandy to work more on her leg kicks, so that's what she's doing. Here I mix it up a little bit more. I will counter with a punch. This is something I've been trying to work on, is coming back with my punches and a little bit more on the push kicks instead of legs all the time. But again, here at the end, you know, go leg kick because that's what feels right for me at that point. And you'll see Casey doing the same thing here. Leg kick, and he mixes up a bit here. I think it's a punch. Yeah, right cross. And now he throws, I think, a right high kick at the end. So it's always good to have some variety in your counter attacks. You don't want to be doing the same thing all the time. All right, in this one, we're going over how to catch a body kick and counter. So this is a pretty typical one, pretty easy. You catch the kick, you lift them up, you get them off balance by pushing them back. That gets the foot in your hand, and then you throw the kick away nice and high to counter with a right high kick, which is the high-scoring technique in Muay Thai, right? The right kicks to either to the head or to the body. So I'm kind of explaining things to them here a little bit. They have a few questions about it, but it's a pretty simple drill. Catch, push, kick, right? Here I do a kind of a little different one where I catch his kick and then I do more of a sweep here. So, you know, we can have some fun with it and make it a little bit more advanced. But for the most part, we're keeping it fairly simple. All right, so now we're into a sparring drill. This is called the copycat drill. Casey throws a combo at me. We're doing 3 strikes right now, but you can do it 2, you can do 4, you can do whatever you want. And my goal is to do exactly what Casey does the exact same way. So the same pauses, the same footwork, the same techniques, obviously. Just trying to be like an exact mirror image of whatever he does. So a really good way to pick up new combos and see what works. And then things that land on you, like, oh, that landed on me, now I can try it on this person. It's just a great way to kind of get out of your comfort zone with combinations that you're always doing. And it also forces you to recognize what your opponent's doing. You have to really pay attention to every strike they're throwing because you got to copy it. So it really helps you pay attention to all the details and nuances, and it also helps you keep your eyes open so you're not flinching and looking away. Definitely one of my favorite sparring drills. And this last drill here is like a no flinch drill. We basically just cover up and throw hooks at each other, and it's just to help you keep your eyes open. You're not actually going to get hit in the face. So I noticed when we were doing the drill before, everyone's kind of, it's been a while since everyone's trained and sparred, so a little bit of flinching and eye closing going on. So the goal with this is just to keep your eyes open, look down the middle, keep focused, keep breathing, and just get hit with some power shots and just get used to getting pushed around a little bit. Anyhow, folks, that will do it for this video. Like I said before, there's some links down in the description below. If you want to explore these drills more in depth, go ahead and click down those links and check them out. And thank you very much for watching. If you like it, hit like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.